always the one race if you're going to go to the Bristol night race. Just a badass race. Bristol's amazing.
And this weekend, one of the most action-packed of the year as NASCAR takes over Thunder Valley tonight. The Xfinity Series at 7:30 Eastern. Then tomorrow it's the Bristol night race for the Monster Energy Cup Series. That's 7 Eastern on NBC. Otto.
How you made fun of me last month after Daytona about how much I heard the engines in my head weeks after the race. I can't imagine what I'm going to feel like next week after this. The sound has nowhere to go. I have no idea how these guys are going to communicate. No matter what driver you think is going to win here this weekend, the win is really going to be the noise. I've never heard anything this loud.
Otto, you need to learn the phrase, huh?
I'm learning it really quickly.
You know, one thing that Otto brings up, though, is so here in practice, forget about the race, just in practice. Normally, if things aren't going right, you can kind of take your headset off, you can take your helmet off, Jeff. I can stick my head in the window. We can have a private, calm conversation about what really needs to change. Here, if you try to do that, it sounds silly, but you start yelling and you get louder, and as you get louder, it becomes more agitating. Everything is more difficult here. Even just trying to talk to your driver after practice.
And just a few moments ago, the 88 Dale Earnhardt Jr. had, I would call that an issue right there.
I would say.
That had a chance to be a big issue.
And I'm sure that was a qualifying lap. That was probably a mock qualifying lap. So you killed a set of tires going out and not having the car drive the way you needed to drive.
Let's listen in on the radio.
I got the plate and thing out of rig and keep driving. I'm trying not to pull out a backup car today.
My experience is anytime backup car is in any conversation, it's not a good day. Cool paint scheme. Now, I won't lie. I'll have a hard time finding it all night tomorrow night, and we'll try to remind each other that it's the orange 88, but it's a good-looking car.
There's a banner up here inside of the last great Coliseum that says 2004 Dale Earnhardt Jr. Sweep. And it was a very big weekend for Dale Earnhardt Jr.
I love those banners around here. They have so many great ones. The helmet throw, sweeps, Earnhardt-Labonte clash. There's just so many great memories that I've had at this racetrack. But how about nicknames? I was trying to think of that this morning when I tweeted them. There's the last great Coliseum. There's Thunder Valley. World's fastest half mile. I mean, they just keep going. You know you're cool when you can have 3 or 4 nicknames. And a few you can't say on TV.
Let's go back to 2000. And Colossus and David got their own banner. But let's go back to that 2004 win.
Man, this is one of the biggest wins of my career.
Why is that?
It's Bristol, baby!
It absolutely is Bristol, baby, and they unveiled a little bit of a thank you to Dale Earnhardt Jr. There's a big display here. It says it's Bristol, baby. People are supposed to be able to come up and take pictures and utilize social media to put those out. They've also started a scholarship program for kids interested in automotives. If you have completed 2 classes or 2 years in high school of automotive repair, they are making you eligible for the possibility to win a $2,088 scholarship that will go every year to someone who wants to continue to be in automotive. So that's why Dale Jr. He looks like he's still struggling, but you take a look at all-time wins, and Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s father is second only to Darrell Waltrip as far as wins at this racetrack.
Oh, DW. Yeah. He just didn't win 12. He won 7 in a row.
7 in a row.
We just told you how tough this place is and how many things can go wrong, and DW just chalks up 7 in a row to prove a point.
12 times.
Love it.
Able to win at this racetrack.
And that's good hat game right there. I mean, that goes right up there with the Ryan Blaney hat game.
Yes.
So while Dale Jr. was out there trying to keep from getting the backup car out, Kyle Larson went out and made a second qualifying run, and Kyle Larson has gone to the top of the board with a 14.98.
So Dale climbed out of the car. We had heard him on the radio earlier saying, hey, I'm just trying not to get the backup out. That's how bad he felt the handling was.
Yeah, and it has been a struggle. He's 26 on the speed chart. Sometimes we talk about it's not just a fast lap and all that stuff, Jeff. I've been looking at this 88 lap times. I think somewhere in the mid-20s is race trim, qualifying trim, really everything. It doesn't seem like, it's not just one bad, or they're not lacking just one fast lap. They just doesn't seem to have much consistency.
Yeah, it's been a struggle for sure. One of the most memorable mad interviews that we've seen at Bristol involved Dale Jr. and my brother. So, incident, driving the corner, a little bit of contact, Ward gets in the wall, and Ward steps on the racetrack and has some great words out.
Take his time. I mean, we've been giving and taking out there all day. I got some really good words for him, but I can't say it on TV, but I got to just control myself right at the moment.
You sent a nice message, though, with the throw.
I wish I had something like a shot to the window.
to be clear, that was preceded with, I got to control myself.
That's exactly right. He stuck. Wish I could. Few words. I can't say much.
I grew up with him. He was my oldest brother. Can you imagine what I went through?
Well, he's been a great influence on you. I can tell you that much. Parker.
No question.
Well, one guy that's not going to be going out there and doing a Q run, it's a little bit of sprinkle comes down here, is Matt Kenseth. You focused on race runs, and you looked really good over the long run. Did you feel that inside the car?
It was definitely a lot better this practice. They made good changes to our dual Camry. So the track conditions tomorrow night, they'll be drastically different than they are now, especially at the end of the race. So just try to get a good balance, get something that was comfortable and still fast. They were able to do that. So we'll practice qualifying, I guess, tonight at 5:30 and see how it goes.
That's a good thing about this new qualifying format we have here, the group qualifying. You can get that first run in that first session, guys.
Thanks, Parker.
Parker, I think that's a great point. I think the point that Matt made there is that, yeah, they didn't get a Q run in, and they probably won't with the Ray being here, but you should be able to make the top 24, right? Yep. I mean, with as good as they are, you're going to get a chance to make some changes. You'll get a chance to change your car during this qualifying run. So it's not as big of a penalty as it would have been in the past of not getting a Q run in practice.
There's a little bit of precipitation here in Thunder Valley, and there are no cars on the track at this time.